Welcome back, folks. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. Today I'm going to be showing you, well, it's going to be interesting for a few reasons. This is a 2001 Autosleeper Symbol, 1.9 turbo diesel. Now, why is it interesting? Well, it came back into my ownership about a month ago. A dealer contacted me, said, we noticed from a YouTube video, we've noticed you sold this to the last owner. So I sold this to somebody in 2022, I think it was, or 23. It was about 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, sold it. I've got some original pictures. I think I've even got the original video on YouTube Live. So this is going to be on sale. No reserve, my usual auction format. If you look underneath the video, the link will be there and the full description will be on eBay. And I will also put you a link into the original video of this when I supplied it. Now, if you want to switch, I'll start with the bad news. We've got 13 owners. You're not going to be the lucky winning bidder, depending on the price, of course, if you think you're lucky or not, will be owner number 14. You will not be unlucky number 14 because, for a few reasons, the work and dedication we've thrown into this in the last month. New gearbox, habitation service, but it is a negative on the ownership. So we all want a lovely one-owner vehicle that's been absolutely perfect. Those vehicles, I'm afraid, are pushing, well, 50, 60,000 pound upwards for a one-owner, low mileage, only a couple of years old. At this budget, you have to compromise. So, as I say, if that's not for you, don't watch any further and you don't have to listen to me for the next 30 minutes. But I'm going to go in depth and give you a good, honest appraisal of this vehicle. You still here watching? Okay, let's crack on. So 2001 1.9, I supplied it, as I say, about 3 or 4 years ago. I've got the original video and the pictures. Well, I don't know where, I'm scratching my head now, literally. There's a lot of time has gone into this vehicle, and I mean hours and hours and hours. I personally like an Autosleeper to be original. So I like the original stripes, the original fixtures inside. Someone has spent, well, they've spent a small fortune and a lot of time with some improvements. I will put the improvements in inverted commas because they're not bad. There's nothing obviously right out there and negative. However, so the first example, they've removed all the Autosleeper stripes off the bonnet and the sides and across the front, and they've put some, well, it's a more modern stripe. Dare I use the word go faster stripes? Probably not conducive to an old camper van, but there you are. Bodywork is going to be a tricky one again because they've tinkered with it. I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10. I would like to give it 8, but I'm going to drop it half a point because they've messed with the stripes. And if the camera can come along, don't ask me why. I've got no idea. As I say, it's passed hands in the last couple of years 3 times. I've got no idea why they've removed the original Autosleeper. So they've removed that off that side, and if the camera comes round, they've also removed it off the driver's side. My best guess is they've damaged one, or one's come off at high speed, broken, and they've decided to match it and have both sides symmetrical. That's my best guess, but I don't know. So coming back to the bodywork, again, lovely condition. There's nothing really negative. It's MOT till April 26 with no advisories. Now, I don't know what happened in 2023. I think I supplied in 2022. In 2023, I don't know whether an MOT man got out of bed, but I'm going to take you underneath and show you anyway, the wrong way. But there was a load of advisories for corrosion or welding underneath. They've all been attended to in 2023, get my numbers correct, and it's never had an advisory in the last 3 years since. So we'll take you underneath. In fact, you know what? We'll take you underneath now and I'll show you the chassis. So here we are, the underneath of Delta Kilo 51 Alpha Uniform Mike. Yeah, I've seen a lot worse. So just walking around the underneath, the sills have obviously been painted. You've got a few bits in here there that have been touched up. The worst I can come up with is that. I've asked my painter to do that properly, to take that and blend that in. He said £75. So if you want to add £75 to the end winning bid, and I can have that done, and that'll be blended in lovely up to the stripe, and you'll never know. So underneath on the outside, again, that has got a different colour to this. At some stage that has had a paint patch there. Bottom of the sill there is fine. Inner arch, not too bad at all. So underneath, so this has had some evidence. You can see that's been welded and painted at some stage, as has the jacking points. But the good news is the engine's dry, the cross member is all in good fettle. I'd probably say that's had a new cross member. These you can buy 3 bolts either side and replace those. It's a common area with the front, if you can imagine, for 24 years the water's been coming down the radiator on gathering on that. It's a water trap. There's that lovely gearbox. But no, all in all, engine nice and dry, everything as it should be. Now the underneath, not the chassis, the floor, you can see that has been painted all the way through as the chassis, but it's not just been wax oiled and schultzed over. That's a very nice finish all the way. So someone has jacked this up or put it on a ramp and spent a lot of time. So I'm not quite sure what that MOT was 3 years ago, but obviously there's a couple of, is that a patch there? Yeah, there's a patch being welded, and I would say there. But it's nothing like what that MOT 3 years ago would suggest. That's probably a welding patch there. But no, I've seen a lot worse. So it is what it is. There's certainly a few more years left in this. There's that lovely gearbox again, back of the engine all nice and dry. Everything as it should be. Don't forget, folks, it's 24 years old. So there's the underneath of this Autosleeper symbol. So you've seen underneath now, full disclosure, you make of that as what you want, but I'm happy to be putting my name on it. In fact, so much so now, with the habitation, the MOT till April next year, the paperwork trail has been lost. Now, I supplied this with a service book and invoices, and all I can find at the moment, well, that's all that's in it. We've got a Peugeot Boxer. I'll try and find you a set of instructions for the Autosleeper section. If I can't, if you WhatsApp me direct, 0798 526 1078, or the winning bidder, I will WhatsApp you a link and I will show you how things work safely. So I can give you a full demonstration on the video, and then you've got a permanent copy in your phone. What have we got? We've got a few past MOTs, that's all. We've got a bill for a timing belt and engine service in 2017. So I've got no evidence of a timing belt after that. So again, what I'm going to do on this occasion, I'm going to put you in, I will have put a timing belt in 23, but unfortunately the paperwork's not there. So I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to ring round a couple of garages and see if there's evidence of a timing belt. If there is, that's fine. It's in the 6-year window. If I can't get to the bottom of it, you will have a new timing belt fitted before the auction end. And then on this one, I'm going to put my name on it, and I'm going to give you 3 months total warranty. That's on everything. And on what I'm coming to shortly, I'm going to show you it's had a new gearbox. I'm going to give you 6 months warranty on the engine and gearbox. So yes, the last owner is another dealer who did the logbook. He took it in part exchange and did the logbook wrong, so they had to apply for a logbook. So the last owners had to put another owner on the logbook. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, correctly on the V5 as a motor caravan, 1.9 turbo diesel, registered 1st of September 2001. So if paperwork is your thing, it's probably not worth buying or bidding, because we've only got an invoice for a few little bits and bobs and only the MOTs from the last. But I will put a picture showing all the mileage is warranted and all correct. But I will be, before the auction end, I will include a full service, a timing belt if it requires one. You're welcome to WhatsApp me or contact me during the auction for that information. And as always, I'll be willing to deliver this anywhere in the United Kingdom. So just have a quick look at the bed while I've got it set up before we go around the other side. So that's your bed set up. It's 6 foot wide, and then the length from here to the back of the front of the back of the driver's seat is 5'9". But if the camera can swing round, the way, if you've got the passenger seat swiveled round, you've got just over 7 foot. So incredible bed setup. You can, of course, have it as 2 single beds, and the link in the advert, and I'll do your picture showing you set up as 2 single beds. So coming round, we've got the Thetford standard cassette and place there to put your chemicals. Noticed on this, it's got 3 Union. Now, I commented on a video a couple of videos back. Someone had put stickers. We are in this crazy situation in 2025 in the United Kingdom. Some people are embarrassed by the Union Jack. Now, I said it was a Union Jack. Somebody commented, you're not allowed to call it a Union Jack, it's called a Union flag. It's only a Union Jack if it's, I don't know, on a pole, on a certain boat, in a certain country at a certain time. Everyone in the United Kingdom calls it a Union Jack. Well, I think 99%. So it's my words, my video. I'm happy to call this a Union Jack. And I'm proud of this flag. And it's got 3 stickers all the way around it. But again, when you own it, you can do whatever you want. Put any flag or remove it to your own satisfaction. Tow bar on, back bumper's good, back doors are okay. Common thing on the Duettos and the Symbols, if you can imagine, the sun has been burning in there for 24 years and they get sun bleached on here. And again, this is some owner, the time, they've put a lovely material, they've cut it down lovely, matching covers on the screws. That's fantastic. That really is. So somebody has spent a lot of time. Brand new carpet all the way through, and the fitting and the detailing to the edges is just incredible. They've even put it under all the covers. So it's got a brand new carpet all the way through to the cab, and they've even cut you a couple of matching mats over there. What have we got on the driver's side? Again, all nice. You've got your freshwater tap there, exhaust. You've got your winter flue cover there to heat your hot water on gas, but you can heat it on electric. Mains hookup cable, fresh water, fridge vents. I was showing you about that missing cover there, but it's just cosmetic. Driver's door is okay. We'll look under the bonnet. That's fine underneath there. If I can pull the bonnet here with the seat, we'll just pull the seat forward a little bit to get at it when I've been showing you the bed. There we go. So yes, perhaps it is, there was something wrong with the gearbox. When I got it, it was not selecting every time 3rd gear and it was crunching on 2nd gear. It can be a problem on a vehicle of this age. So perhaps the last 2 owners have struggled to get parts for it. I know where to get all the parts and I know where to get the gearboxes. So what I did was we had it investigated, and if the camera can point down there, we've put you a new gearbox in, and that was done by Joe at Gearbox UK. Fantastic guy. Not cheap, £1,400, but we've put that in. So that gearbox is all warranted now, and I'm happy. In fact, you know what? I'm going to show you Joe's gearbox place in Yorkshire. Cracking guy, been using him for years. So I'll show you around his place. In fact, here is the gearbox just collected from Gearbox UK. Fantastic company. I've been dealing with them for years. They've more or less got the monopoly on these gearboxes. He won't tell me where he gets the parts from, but I don't blame him. But yeah, fantastic company. Doing a 12-month warranty. And they don't just, on these gearboxes, you can repair them and use oversized rings or something, I've been told. But they don't last. But this company does a whole inside-out job and a full refurbish. So yeah, that's the gearbox. Good company. Joe at Gearbox UK. If you need any help, 01302 834 769. Back over to the camper van. So yeah, he's a cracking guy, Joe. I've been using him for ages. Unfortunately, if you need a gearbox, he doesn't post out, so you have to take your gearbox to him, and he's normally got a waiting list. He's that popular. But he's never let me down, and I've never had a faulty gearbox. So you've got that new gearbox now. You've got the service, you've got the habitation. everything's fine and dandy. So feel free to check the MOT history. So we did have that blip on 2023, DK51 Alpha Uniform Mike. I think it's that time. We'll go for a drive and then we'll get Dennis up and I'll take over the camera and take you inside. Let's go for a drive. Right then, switch ignition on, wait for the coil light to extinguish. Starts up as it should. Seatbelt on. Oh, I can't put my armrest down. Yeah, so he's obviously done that so the last owner could swivel the driver's seat round and access here without that little bit of extra width. As I say, I do know people that have removed the two centre ones, but for some reason the owners removed both the armrests on the driver's seat, but they are in the wardrobe, so I can get those fitted back on if you wish. Another fan belt squeal there as we go. We might have got adjusted. Okay, road's all clear. So yeah, when I got it, it had a crunch in second and third gear. So with that new gearbox now, that's, well, it's as good as it can be. I've never had a problem with a gearbox repair or a reconditioned gearbox off Joe at Gearbox UK in Doncaster. Cracking fella. So you've got that whole reconditioned gearbox now, so you'll have nothing to worry about that. That gearbox is under warranty now for 12 months. So 12 months on the gearbox. I'm going to personally guarantee, well, my guarantee as well on the gearbox, but the engine for 6 months. I was looking through the paperwork before and I couldn't see, so I said I'm going to put a timing belt on. I've only found an invoice for a water pump and timing belt last year, so it's had all that works on the engine, so you don't need to worry about that for, I'd say, another 5 years. Oh, just on time. We've just gone behind a tractor here. It would be nice to open it up if we can overtake at some stage. But yeah, obviously it drives nice now. We're on 74,000. As always, folks, I'm happy to deliver anywhere in the United Kingdom. I'll get the train back. All I ask is a £100 contribution, and that covers me for fuel and a train ticket back. I think the tractor's turning right, so we'll be able to get it up to the national speed limit. So yeah, you're welcome to come and view Camper Nerd HQ L48JG, Monday to Friday, 9 AM till 3 PM. Out of those hours it's possible, but I can't promise. Normally just give me a day's advance notice and I might be able to meet you. But between 9 AM and 3 PM Monday to Friday, you can come unannounced and you can view it, no problem whatsoever. Okay, let's accelerate. So we're just doing 40 mile an hour in third, into fourth. Just to note, while the gearbox was out, he inspected the clutch and the full clutch was fine. So again, nothing to worry about there. We'll just come around the corner. Okay, fourth gear, we're approaching 50, 55, into top, 55, national speed limit 60, that's fine. Steering wheel's dead centre. Not much on the knocks and rattles, even for an old vehicle. Of course, it is a genuine Autosleeper, so everything was fitted in from new and fitted to a very good standard. So yeah, just to reiterate, I'll deliver this anywhere in the United Kingdom, just asking for a £100 deposit, and on completion of the auction, £500 deposit, and then I'll deliver it to you. If you think it's been misdescribed, I'll even refund the £500 deposit. That's never happened yet, so we don't want it to happen for the first time. Or if you don't want to pay a £500 deposit, no problem. Just, if you win the auction, just come and collect it, and I'll meet you and you can drive away. Okay, I'll take over the camera and we'll take you and show you inside after Dennis has done a flyover. Nice little drive out there. I did say it drives nice now. It's got the nice engine. They're indestructible. They last for years. And of course, now we've put that new engine, the gearbox in, we're all fine and dandy. We'll get Dennis the drone out. We'll do a little flyover. Oh, I've put my name on it. So what that means, as always, once my name's on that, you're going to get 3 months total warranty on everything, and I'm putting my name to it. In fact, I'm not going to take chances about the timing belt because I can't find the paperwork. So we're not going to second guess it. We're going to put you a new timing belt on, and that means you will have 6 months warranty on the engine and gearbox. Okay, Dennis, give us a flyover. So, the section you've been waiting for. Let's step inside. We'll close the side loading door. Yes, so it's very bright. In fact, very bright because the sun's just come out. But inside, it's a good job I do videos to describe this. Because there's nothing overly negative, but it has been tinkered with. So it's mostly all original. I would say 95% plus. So we've got the original cushions, upholstery seats. I think, where did I find out? I knew was there a little rip in it? No, that was another vehicle. No, all the interior is lovely. In fact, if I'm not much, well, would you believe even the driver's seat swivel? Now that is unusual on a 2001 symbol. So you've got captain seat, driver's seat, as well as the passenger seat. Right, where should we start? Okay, we'll see the obvious things that have been changed. So a previous owner, last couple of years, has fitted brand new curtains all the way around. So we've got brand new curtains there. And I must admit, very good quality green matching the interior. Brand new curtain there, brand new curtain there. That one always has just a blind above the kitchen area. A brand new curtain on the back. Now the one that goes over there, I found, I don't know why they've removed it, but there it is. It's just underneath the filling cushion. So there's your 3 filling cushions. So of course it's a symbol. So all you do on this particular one, you move that one round and you can have 2 single beds, or there's a metal lever there. Autosleeper quality, everything's on metal fixtures. Pull that down, that will slide across. There's a lever on the front rear forward facing seat that's got a 3-point seat belt that you can see, and that will come over that way, or you can make it into a very large double queen size. So it's got a 3-point seat belt there. Now this is pre-2006, so make no mistake, the seatbelt law is quite crystal clear. If you've got up to 3 passengers in the vehicle, they need to be in seatbelts. 1, 2, and it's got a seatbelt there. But you can legally carry a 4th, 5th or 6th passenger and sit there. Obviously, that's up to your own preference. You can use seatbelt services in London, have used them many a time, and they can fit your lap belts along that. But again, some people say, oh, well, I don't want a laptop belt sideways, and some people say I'd prefer one than not have one. So again, that's up to you to choose. Yeah, all the original fittings, Autosleeper, and of course everything's working. We've had it all checked over by Steve, the habitation guy. So you'll get a new certificate. We'll just put the master on there. That's the pump. We've got the lights. All the lights are working. Everything's working as it should do. One note, and we noticed it was on the original habitation certificate, where, you know, this is going to give us when we supplied it now. Let's have a look. 2022, so May 2022 we originally supplied it, over 3 years ago. And there was a note, heater only works on low setting, and that's still true today. So you've got the gas heater there, the Trumatic, so that'll heat you up nicely. That works off the gas bottle. Blow out hot air through there, but it only works on the low setting. Just something to note. Right, what else have we had tinkered with? So the original symbol comes here with a little fold-out tray or cupboard, and you can put a TV on there. But they've removed that and put this material on. Have we got anything else? Oh, yes. Again, the time and effort that's gone into this. So this is not an original fold-out table, but they've, look at this. This comes up. They've put little swivel catches there. That will bring the table. And they've even gone to the trouble of lining the edges so nothing's going to fall off, and even cut a groove in there to go round the curtain. So, as I say, someone has spent a lot of time and effort on this. We've put that in, they've put new carpets in, they've put a new MP3 radio in. What else have they done? What else can I see? That is not original, so that would be, I think, a material. So they've put another piece of wood there. Cooker, 3 gas hob. That is not original, but to save that flopping down, there, someone has put, can you see, just a little piece of wood on a turn, and that's going to stay upright. That's not an Autosleeper part, but it's all nice. Spotless. Grill. Oven. So I've put these mats in because there's no way I want to put my dirty feet on all this carpet. All brand new. Ah, there's another one. So on the seat of the driver's seat, for some reason, I know I've had it on a couple of the older ones where people find it hard to get through if they've got the armrests. So sometimes they remove the two centre armrests. For some reason, he's removed the armrest, but they are still there. I might be able to get them fitted. If you want them fitted back, I'll have a go, but there shouldn't be any problem for there. But they've even gone into the trouble of finding some matching material and covering up where the hole would be to put the armrest in. So the armrests are removed from the driver's seat, but of course they're here, present and correct. Little mirror there, two mirrors there, which aren't part of the Autosleeper originality, as it were. Large table there. You can still fit it in, clip it in here behind a forward-facing seat, but of course it's there. And we've got a turnbuckle catch, hanger for your clothes. I think it's got a larger, yes it has. It's nice, a larger 6 kilogram propane gas bottle. And of course, Steve the habitation guys, check the regulator and change the hose. And we've got the ventilation at the bottom, the drop down vents. So it all passes a gas safety certificate. So it's got a new certificate issued. Pull that down. If we remove the seatbelt there, slide out tray. And of course, no surprise. Oh, there's another thing that's been added. No surprise, I've changed all the buttons and bezels, all the later chrome, all the way through. Right, so the original Autosleeper would have an 85 amp hour leisure battery under the driver's seat. A previous owner has upgraded it, and I'll put some pictures in the eBay advert, and it's a heavy duty 130 amp hour. Sometimes they go up to a 110, but someone's gone all the way and put you a 130 amp hour battery. Perhaps they were doing lots of wild camping. So I've shown you the cooker. Yes, I'd say, and also a previous owner, and it's not a bad job, they've done some varnishing here. Again, you can see all the buttons and bezels have changed, all the places to put all your cutlery. No surprise, the original Autosleeper woodwork, standing up to the test of time. Very straightforward Autosleeper panel, just on and off. Going in the wet room, so we've got the privacy door on the rear of the bathroom, and that just clips into a place there, and then you've got a little space here if you want to get changed in the day. Shower, hot and cold, all working, present and correct. And a previous owner, if you can see, they've put some material, waterproof material, on the back of that. It's not a bad job, but that is not original from Autosleeper. That just goes up to the, all the way down to the toilet seat. All being clean and sanitised. Drop down sink, hot and cold water, all working. Light, vanity mirror. That's not an Autosleeper part. Someone's put you a nice cup in, or a place to put your toothbrushes. All the shower tray, all present and correct. Toilet gauge. No, it's very nice inside, but I don't know what the word is. It's definitely been tinkered with, but it's not all bad. Say, new carpets, new curtains, new buttons and bezels, of course, all the bits and bobs. We've got the original three-way fridge, again, all working on the 12 volt when you're driving, mains if you're plugged in, as well as the freezer department, and gas if you're wild camping. Space underneath, place there for your cutlery, drawers. Underneath here you've got access to your taps. That's your gas isolator taps if you wanted to switch off, but generally 99 times out of 100 all you would do is just switch the gas off in here, because you don't have to go outside. So clockwise, I'm just turning that clockwise now, and that is switched off. Underneath here, you've got access, more instructions off Autosleeper. You've got the mains fuse box. You leave that on the charge all the time. That'll charge the mains battery when you're plugged in, or the leisure battery when you're plugged in on mains electric. And that's been tested and working. You've got the water heater that heats on electric. Again, tested and working. And you can even switch this on, and that will switch the heating on gas. But for want of a better phrase, Autosleep have everything set up idiot-proof, so you can actually put the water on electric and gas and heat it twice as fast. You won't do any damage. Underneath there, you shouldn't have access to it, or you shouldn't need to. That's the charger to charge from the mains to the leisure battery. There's the Trumatic heater I was telling you about. So that is only working on low. So we just put it on there, that'll heat, but it only works on the low setting, which is the one below, but that'll be fine in this space. Of course, Autosleeper fixtures and fittings, the blinds work, the fly nets. Lovely. No damage as such to all the windows. I would just say, I don't know whether the camera's going to pick up, those two windows are just a little bit milky, completely clear, see-through, no problem. Well, it's 24 years old, just a little bit faded. That one's crystal clear, if you can see the difference from there to there. But double-skinned, waterproof, no leaks, and it's been tested all the way through. Various main sockets. That's 12 volt off your leisure battery. I would suggest that's not the original one. Beautiful. Original sink, lovely condition all the way through. Just noticed a little bit of marks, so depending on your OCD levels, you might want to get some green paint and just touch that in. Just finish it off. No damage as such to the inside. What am I going to score it? I'm going to score it again, 7.5 out of 10. It probably deserves a higher number, being 24 years old, but I'm going to drop it a couple of points. I would rather undersell it than oversell it. Then if you take the delivery option, you will be pleasantly surprised at how nice it is. We've just got a little surface crack here. That's a common thing here. And we've noticed a couple more. We're obviously on this window here behind the driver's seat. You can see it's just had a little crack there, and it's just been touched in with some paint. Again there. And on the side door, you just put some, well, white Sikaflex in would protect that for you for a long time. In fact, I'll probably get that done before collection or delivery. So, yeah, so it's not going to crack any further. But obviously being super critical for 24 years old. But no, everything's present and correct. Even a large hikey roof light, and that comes all the way up, stays up on the gas struts. And you can bring that down to that position. You can swing this arm, put it into that position, and then that's leaving, I'd say, 3 or 4 inches, nice draft. Or bring it down, and you can pull it on this catch here. Now that will leave it as a waterproof. So it's going, the lip is over the edge. It's not going to rain, but you've still got a few millimetre gap, because you don't want to come back to condensation. It's nice to have a little bit of a draft, but of course you can bring it all the way down, click it into place, hey presto, and that's going nowhere. It's got the original fly net, blackout blind. Yeah, everything's present and correct. So there's the inside of this 2001 Autosleeper symbol. So yes, if you can get over there's one being prepped now. Ryan's just doing a machine polish on one that's going out to a customer very soon. So if you can get over the number 13 on the logbook, of course it'll be 14 when the new owner takes delivery or collection. And if you can forgive it, it's MOT blip in 2022 or 23. Check it online, DK51AUM. But it's now present and correct. As always, on sale, no reserve. Whatever it makes, it commands. And I will personally deliver this anywhere in the United Kingdom. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. 0798 526 1078. Feel free to WhatsApp me, contact me through eBay, or phone or text with any further questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Now, I'm going on holiday on the 28th of September, my first holiday this year. So Delivery or collection needs to be before 28th of September. But all the information will be underneath on the eBay advert. Good luck with your bidding, and I'll catch you on that next video, which is going to be a 2000, I can't remember, it's 2006 or a 2007 Autosleeper Duetto. That's the next video going live in the next couple of days. Good luck, folks. I'll catch you on the next video.